Well, 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 my classy people. My name is Wayne Bolden. I'm the Speed King. We are exactly about 8 days out from the Belmont Stakes on June 7th, and about 7 days, 6 days out from, course, the Acorn Stakes that Friday, June 6th. Tip sheets will be available for both days. They're $20 each day. If you buy both, I'll give them to you for $35. Please email me at speedking24@yahoo.com and or text the office 732-804-0637. And I'll get them out to you. You can get your orders in. Please get them in quick, fast, and in a hurry, along with your payments, right? So I look forward to your email. Great, great way to support us. Our money goes back into the studio. Well, I wanted to dial into the Acorn Stakes, which is for the 3-year-old girls. They're back in town on June 6th. That's right. $500,000 race, a field of 8. And everybody knows I prefer filly racing over the boys. I like them both, obviously, but I just like the puzzle to solve the girls. They're usually a lot more competitive. The races, the parity of the girls are usually even in a lot of ways. And of course, the fills are a little bigger usually. And it's very competitive, right? And you can't figure the girls out. That's why I'm attracted to it, to solve the puzzle. And this year in the Acorn Stakes, we're going to take a look, a sneak peek, if I may, of the probable entries into the Acorn Stakes for the 3-year-old girls. You know some of the actors. So right now it looks like it's a field of 8 probables. We're going to go through the 8 of them, and we'll do it in alphabetical order, not in any order that I particularly like them. Excuse me. I need to get the post positions, the morning lines, that type of thing for sure. So let's go through these 8 gals and see what they're doing. They're back in town. You know my girls are in town, right? Yeah, Speed King loves it. So, alphabetical order. First, Ballerina Dior. Well, Ballerina Dior obviously is by Medaglia Dior, tapping on the back end. Chad Brown is the conditioner, and Flavian Pratt looks like he's got the assignment. 2 wins from 7 starts, and this one came out of the Kentucky Oaks the first Friday of May. One of 4 that is in here that came out of the Kentucky Oaks and ran absolutely horrible. Ran 10th for sure, and didn't do well. So, I mean, you know, she's going to have to improve. I expect a better effort, obviously, than that last one. Anything could be better than a 10 of the 12, you know, finishing 10th of 12. So Chad Brown could get him turned around for sure. Let's see how she do, Ballerina Dior. The next in line, alphabetical order, of course, folks, would be a horse that I love the name, right? Bless the Broken, right? Bless the Broken is by Land Band, tapping on the back end, just like Ballerina Dior. Well, Bless the Broken, 2 wins from 8 starts here. 2 seconds, 2/3, always hits the board. Bred decently, right? William Walden is doing the conditioning. This one also came out of the Kentucky Oaks the first Friday of May, finished 3rd. So this one out-finished Ballerina Dior, Lara, and another one in here. So Blessed the Broken did improve a little in that race. Her race 2 back, the Bourbonnette Stakes was a beautiful race on 322 at Turfway. That's synthetic. So she has some room for improvement, and just love the name on this one. She has already earned $420,000. Bless the Broken, for sure. Next in line, alphabetical order, of course, is Good Cheers. Well, here's the elephant in the room, for lack of better words, right? Well, we all know Good Cheers, and obviously a homebred for my folks, Godolphin, the Silky Blue, right? Bred and home. This homebred is trained by Brad Cox, which makes her a merry horse, right? Louis Saez is in the orange. This one is also by Medaglia Dior, just like Ballerina Dior. On the back end, grandsire is Street Sense, who won the Breeders' Cup Juvenile and the Kentucky Derby. Well, Good Cheers don't need an introduction by me or any other public handicapper. 7 starts, 7 wins. You don't get much better than that. You can't shake no stick at that. And she is one of the 4 that came out of the Kentucky Oaks, but she came out of there on top by getting her picture taken. Now she's back in about 5 weeks, fresh, fit, and fast, and she's going to continue to try to march on with her dominance of this division of 3-year-old fillies. Clearly the front runner for the division for 3-year-old fillies. Good Cheer. Needs no introduction. The classy Godolphin. My people. The best in the world. Next in order would be Lara. Well, first thing you think when I say Lara, you should think one of my favorite owners and breeders, Tracy Farmer. Just think the world of her. She trained and bred she didn't train. She owned and bred a horse that I was just absolutely head over heels with. Obviously, Albert the Great, trained by Mark Cassidy, Lara. Nice filly by Street Sense. We talked about the accomplishment of that sire. Derby winner and Breeders' Cup juvenile winner. On the back end by Bernardini. Well, this one is bred top and bottom. Well, she didn't fare very well in the Kentucky Oaks. She finished 9th, only 1 position in front of Chad Brown's horse, Ballerina Dior. So, again, you should expect an improvement from her coming out of that race. She ran too bad to be true, just like Ballerina Dior. So, at worst case, I think, if you don't like Lara on top, and or Ballerina Dior, we're not making no decisions, but I think you have to at least use them underneath because they ran too bad. Lara did in the Kentucky Oaks, not to bounce back, in tries and supers and like that. So Lara, bred beautifully, love Tracy Farmer. Everybody knows that as a breeder owner, and Mark Cassidy, the classy Mark Cassidy for sure. Next in line is Look Forward. Well, this gal has a lot to look forward to. By Bolt Diora, Into Mischief on the backside. Only 6 starts, 3 of them are wins with 1 second. Trained by that classy dude, Mike McCarthy. And there's Restfully. Oh my God, the combination Peaches and Herb back together again. McCarthy and Restfully. Hey, that's the combination for the reporter horse. That's probably going to get smacked around in the Belmont Stakes. No, he didn't just jump on journalism again. But anyway, Restfully is up on Look Forward. McCarthy, the classy McCarthy, both of them are classy, right? Those are 2 nice, fine gentlemen for sure. And the jockey Restfully, and of course Mike McCarthy, just a wonderful young man. 3 wins from 6 starts, 2 of them this year from 4 starts. Well, this one won the 8 bells on the undercard for the Friday before the Derby, the Kentucky Oaks Friday, and ran that race beautifully. She continues to improve. She's going to have to, if you ask me, just based on what I see today. But Look Forward has a beautiful future, and it looks like she should be looking forward. I think she's going to have to improve, but we have to see what the final data says once we get our final past performances and stuff. Next in line, Scottish Lassie. Well, this gal looks like she's going to be up against it a little bit. By McKenzie. Well, there it is. If it rains, you know who to be looking towards. Scottish Lassie. On the back end by Bodemeister. Eric Consel's in the yarns. Well, Scottish Lassie only has 1 win, which is a maiden win. Well, it's not a maiden win. It's her first win. But she broke it in the Grade 1 Frizette Stakes, believe it or not. Okay, at Belmont, at Aqueduct, back there last year. She only has 1 start this year in the optional claiming race. She finished 3rd. So, again, Scottish Lassie broke her maiden in a Grade 1 race. 2nd start of her life. Scottish Lassie. Maybe they like this filly. I don't know why, but they do. Next in line, well, there's a horse in here that I am just head over heels with. Sher The Nar. Sher The Nar, I thought could have ran in the Kentucky Oaks, right? Well, she's by Into Mischief and Bernardini, trained by Brian Lynch. I like Brian Lynch. Louis Saez is in the yarns. I think they paid like $600,000 for this horse, and they did. She has 2 wins from 3 starts and 1 second. I just think the world of this horse. She is bred tremendously. Her stamina, this horse is bred to run all day. Okay, and she has enough speed to be in contact with the field. She can get to the front. She can come from the middle. She can go 10 furlongs, right? This horse can flat out breeding wise stamina. Now the other thing that's unique about Sher The Nar, I just love this filly. I think she has a bright future. She has the same sire as Sovereignty, Into Mischief, and also they have the same grandsire, Bernardini. That's right. Sher The Nar and Sovereignty have both the sire and grandsire, Into Mischief and Bernardini. Obviously, the only difference is the dam. Sovereignty's dam is a Crown, and which is a homebred for Godolphin, and Sher The Nar's dam is Aspen Light, who was unraced. So again, this one is bred tremendously. I just thought that was a good tidbit how I stumbled across it. That, you know, Sovereignty and Sher The Nar both share the sire and the grandsire, Into Mischief and Bernardini. Very interesting. But this filly, to me, I wanted to see her run in the Kentucky Oaks, but she wasn't in the position, so she ran on the undercard on May 2nd in the very first race that Friday and won with hands down under Louis Sayas. I picked her up when she broke her maiden back there March 16th at Gulfstream, made a few bucks on her then, and I knew just the way her ears was pricking and she came through that lane. I said, this is going to be a nice filly. Obviously, I do the thing on the bloodline and knew that she was going to be good. Now, the nice thing is, even though she didn't make the Kentucky Oaks, she is getting a crack at 4 of the starters in the Kentucky Oaks in the Acorn, right? One being Ballerina Dior, of course, Bless the Broken, Good Cheers, and Take Charge Me Lady. So really, this is her Kentucky Oaks, if you ask me, and you can tell I'm just giddish about this one. Again, not my top pick just yet. I want to see the post position, the morning line, and the final splits and things that I need to do on my database. But I just think this filly has a bright future, and I like to find them before they become Rachel Alexandra's and the Zenyatas and the Ruffians. So that's what the fun of it, chasing fillies around the country. But Sher The Nar, obviously, you're speaking, has a high expectation for her, and think that she's going to surely be a force as she continues to develop. She only has 3 starts, and she's in deep water here. I mean, she only won a maiden race and an allowance, and she's taken on some very experienced girls in here, and I like the fact that Brian Lynch actually put her in here. We'll see, as 4 of the Kentucky Oaks runners are in here. So again, bright future if you ask your Speed King. All right. Next in line would be to Take Charge Me Lady. Okay, trained by McPeak and McPeak Law Firm. That's right. Brian Hernandez, what else is new, is in the orange. Well, here's the other one that ran horrible in the Kentucky Oaks, right? Bella Diora, Lara, right? 9th and 10th, 10th and 9th, those 2. This one ran 12th, Take Charge Me Lady, right? So again, those 3 horses that ran 9th, 10th, and 12th in the Oaks, hey, I don't know if they're going to win the Acorn, but I surely wouldn't leave them out of any verticals I play, because they ain't going to run that bad. Okay, you know them trainers are high class trainers, and they're going to bounce back. But Take Charge Me Lady, 2 wins from 7 starts. One, most notably, she won the Martha Washington, was 2nd in the Ashland Stakes. That was beautiful. And of course, she didn't run a step on May 2nd. So there it is. So those are the 8 that's going so far as probable contenders for this year's Oaks. Not this year's Acorn, Ballerina Dior, Bless the Broken, Good Cheers, the monster in the room, the Godolphin runner, for sure. Lara, Tracy Farmer, and her work with Mark Cassie. Look forward. Yeah, she's going to have to look forward. She's going to have to improve as well. Scottish Lassie, going to have to do a whole lot of improving. And the horse that I'm just head over heels to see how her career unfolds. Sher the Nar, related to, obviously, Sovereignty. Hey, Into Mischief and Bernardini on the back end. And Take Charge Me Lady. Let's have a healthy discussion on what you folks think about this year Acorn. The girls are in town and the Speed King will be there. If they're Philly racing, I'll be there. It'll be even, it'll be square. They'll be in town and my girls won't be messing around. That boy loves that Sher The Nar horse. I do like her. I'm not picking her just yet, but I'm telling you this right now. I like her a whole bunch and think she's got a bright future. Let's have a healthy discussion. Tell me what you think, what some of your picks are, or what you're looking forward to seeing that Friday before the Belmont Stakes. My name is Wayne Bolden. I am your Speed King. Of course you are. Get your orders in for your tip sheets. Great way to support us. My girls are going to be in town on Friday, June 6th. Acorn Stakes. Hey, how about that Sher horse?